Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. Good day for me. Uh, I was dusting and organizing today, and I made a little room, so I went up to the storage and got a couple little boxes of fragrances to bring in, just to have a few more in the house. And one of the ones I brought in was Nautica Voyage. I thought, geez, I haven't worn Nautica in a while. Like, is it still good? You know, do I still like it? And stuff like that. So this is kind of Nautica Voyage 9 years later. Is it still good in 2025? Came out in 2006, right? Uh, Woody aquatic fragrance they classify it as. Um, so this is going to be a quick review. Go over the notes real quick. Quick little review, and then a talk about Nautica. It's more of a talk about Nautica than a review, really. But let's do it. Let's do it. Wild thing. She liked to do the wild thing. Sorry, won't do that again. I'm not very street. So the notes are green leaves and apple, lotus, mimosa, musk, cedar, oak moss, and amber. Wrote them down because I never remember that. I always write down little points to talk about though, so I don't have that good of a memory anymore. Getting old. So yeah, like I said, 2006. So it's 9 years old. Um, how I applied it, I put three in my moisturizer, one on the back of the neck, one on the chest, shirt on, one on the shirt, one in each shoulder, and one in each crink of the elbow. Um, I'm immediately hit with this fresh, watery green, tart and sweet apple, followed with this fresh, watery lotus into a warm, clean, uh, kind of soft, woody white musk. You know, that's kind of the whole fragrance from start to finish. Everything happens within the first hour. You know, there's not a big, huge transition or anything, and you pick up everything pretty much from the last maybe hour and a half, 2 hours of the fragrance. It's kind of when the apple goes away, but the rest of it's still there. It's watery, it's aquatic. When I say aquatic, too, don't think people say aquatic, they think sea and salt and seaweed and funky fish smells. So, no, this is more like a pond aquatic, watery. It's not really aquatic, more of a watery fragrance. Um, Fresh, you know. So at the end of the day, guys, it's a sweet, sour, watery, green, crisp, clean, fresh fragrance. Nothing, you know, revolutionary or anything like that, but a nice fragrance. I still like it to this day. Works pretty good, you know, performance is decent for this type of fragrance. You know, get about an hour and a half to 2 hours solid projection. You know, more than an arm's length out there. You get about 3 hours of a nice bubble, a good sillage. You're picking up whiffs and wafts. You're leaving a trail. People will notice you in a room. And it's a couple hours of skin scent time to reapply. So you're looking at about 7 hours, right? Uh, there's nothing wrong with this one. This is still today one of my. I'm not the biggest fan of aquatics. You guys know that. I find most aquatics to be, quite honestly, boring. A lot of cologne. Usually a lot of cucumber, a little bit of white florals, and it's white musk, and that's it. Give or take the concentration of the notes. That's kind of it, right? But this one, when it first came out, did a little different. It was a little different. It's a lot sweeter than most aquatics, um, greener than most aquatics. And it was just, there was something about it when it first came out that I really liked, and I still really enjoy today. Um, a true legend, honestly, really. You know, it changed the way I think a lot of us viewed cheap fragrances. Because there was cheap fragrances before this, really good cheap fragrances, but this one was really kicked in the modern cheapy, you know, social media type thing. It was really the first one I remember. Um, it's a fresh, clean. It's a good performer. It's sweet. People like it. Um, like I said, it blew up on the internet because it was so cheap and so good. And up until that point, like I said, there was always cheap, good fragrances. Always have, always will be. But this one really, like I said, it started the whole. Really, for a lot of people, this was the start of their modern fragrance journey through social media. Would I heard a few people say, "Oh, fragrance social media wouldn't be what it is without this today." I don't know if I'd go that far, because it would have been something, right? It would have been something, and but this definitely helped kickstart it for sure. And we can't talk about Nautica Voyage without talking about probably the person that really did kickstart not only the popularity of this, but the popularity of social media, especially YouTube and Instagram, fragrance reviews and fragrance content, and that's Jeremy Fragrance. I was never a huge fan of Jeremy Fragrance. I never disliked the guy. I mean, he just wasn't my style. He seemed a little, just a little too animated, I guess would be the word for my likings. But I don't think he deserves the hate he gets. He has fun doing what he's doing. Maybe lately, I don't know. I haven't watched a video of his. It's got to be 5 years, and even till then, I only watched a handful of them. But he really using. I mean, people get angry. I think part of the problem too with and I'm not just in a Jeremy Fragrance thing. It's just like I said, can't talk about this without talking about him. He got super blew up pretty quick, pretty much overnight. And when you become super popular, you're always gonna detract, or you're always gonna have detractors. Haters are gonna come in, and I think that's part of the problem. And then there's a lot of people who are haters, and then a lot of people jump on the bandwagon that don't really hate him, but they think it's cool to hate. It's like with a real pop Sauvage, same thing. So it's like with real popular fragrance, that happens with people too. It's unfortunate. We can't just let people. Like, I'm happy for him. He's doing what he was. I mean, I don't know what he's doing now, but he was doing what he liked. He was making money doing it. He was having a good time doing it. It's so. I don't understand people's hatred towards that. Like, be happy. Yes, I didn't enjoy his content. That didn't mean I hated the guy. It wasn't for me, so I didn't watch. I didn't get on fragrance reviews and commenting on his videos and stuff like that. I mean, it was just what it was. I didn't like the guy. I didn't watch the guy. That's the way it is. It's not rocket science, And but he made a career really of talking about like just a few fragrances. If you think about it, he talked about this. The Mont Blanc one, I forget what it is. Sauvage and Aventus, really. He made a career talking about them 4 or 5 fragrances. I mean, good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you, brother. Enjoy it, man. Don't let the haters get to you, because haters going to hate. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So, yeah. But anyway, enough about that. This really did it. Helped bring, especially YouTube, social media in general, but especially YouTube, really helped bring YouTube reviews into somewhat mainstream. And I think we don't give enough credit to this fragrance for that, because it really did. It really did help. Oh, I didn't say compliment factor. It's compliment getting fragrance. That's what it's time for. Like I said, it's sweet, fresh, clean. Girls like it. Men like it. It'll get you compliments. It smells nice. It still smells nice today. It's still, I don't want to say unique, because it's not a unique fragrance, but it's definitely, for an aquatic, it's got some stuff going on that I really like. So today, is it worth like the $30 you can get it for? I mean, I think what you mean when people ask questions like that, like, is this still worth it today? I don't think they mean money-wise, maybe a bit. I think they mean value-wise, like value per wear. Will I wear it? Does it still get compliments? Is it still wearable? All that stuff. Because at $20 or $30, it's worth it. You know, it's a fresh, clean aquatic scent, even if, you know, it's easy to wear anytime. Another thing is this is not just a summer scent. This gets pigeonholed a lot in the summertime. Winter, fall, spring, summer, you can wear this fragrance. Its projection's pretty good for the first solid hour. It won't cut through the darkest or the the coldest, darkest nights around here, but for most of the winter, this will do just fine. Actually, probably be really crisp in the winter. I can't remember if I wore this one before in the winter. I'm going to this year. Sometimes summer fragrance is just crisp right up in the air, right? It's just gorgeous in the winter. Um, so yeah, and it's got, like I said, pretty decent performance. Smells really good. Will get you compliments. Not unique, but not super generic either. I guess is what I was getting at. It's not, you know. A lot of people are going to know Nautica Voyage, of course, but you know, it's still going to work. You know, I can see this working in any situation too. You know, work, fun, play, whatever you do, this will work perfectly fine. Yeah, it's still a great cheapie. Still probably one of my top 10 cheapies of all times is Nautica Voyage, and it probably always will be because I don't think that scent profile. I mean, some things will change, and things get added, things get taken away. Aquatics will change over time, but as far as a watery type aquatic, it's still one of the best. Still easily wearable today. You might be sick of it. That's perfectly understandable if you know gone through 3 or 4 bottles of it, like some people have. You might just be sick of it. But even if you're sick of it, you can't deny that it's still fire today, guys. You know, it's still good. Like I said, compliments, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was hanging out with a few friends, and nobody was like, "Oh my God, that's nice, that's nice." You know, every one of them, half a dozen, was like, "Oh, I like that. What you're wearing?" They all know I'm in a clone, right? "No, guys, I like that one. Wayne. It smells good. That one smells good." You know, so compliment getting, absolutely. People will think you smell good. They'll smell good for, you know, solid 5-6 hours, maybe 7 if you're lucky, like me. And for like, you know, under $30, sometimes under 20, depending on you can get it. It's a no-brainer. It's Nautica Voyage. Boom, get it. 100%. Still worth it today. Easy. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.